Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience is fruitful. Please feel free to visit our website to find out how you can join our growing family. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. Also, share so others may enjoy as well. And we hope you would consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. All right, let's start the show.
Hey y'all, welcome to this week's episode of Nicole Vick Live. You know, every Thursday I'm coming to you live and in color, hey, about important issues in the Black community, stuff that I feel like is important just because I just feel like it's important. I'm always going to bring you some news, some information. I'm going to try to entertain you a little bit because I feel like I'm a comedian on the side sometimes. I feel like that in my spirit. Anyway, this week we are, you know, jumping up into December. I don't know how we got here. I'm not really sure, but we're here. And, just like November, it's kind of hard, at least for me. I don't know about you. It's kind of hard to feel festive when there is a whole entire genocide happening halfway around the world. Um, I'm not sure how this is feeling for you, but it's not feeling too good for me. I'm not big on celebrating the holidays anyway already. My daughter is grown. I don't have to do the elf on the shelf, Santa Claus. I don't have to do none of that, right? Cause she know Santa Claus is mom, Santa Claus is grandpa, grandma, So, it's not so big. I don't have a tree. I haven't had a Christmas tree in years. Partly because Mew Mew the cat, she just real ghetto. I'm like, why you gotta tear stuff up? So I just never put a tree up. So there's a lot of things going on, right? I'm already not feeling it because of what's happening in the world. And then on top of that, I'm normally not feeling it. So it's like extra not feeling it, right? The kiddo is grown. My parents are in Arizona, doing their own thing. It's not a lot going on. So it's just really interesting time for me. But I will say, I continue to remain grateful that I am alive and healthy and that my family and my friends are alive and healthy. And I really hope very, very soon that the violence can stop both here and abroad. I feel like we are in the social media age now, and people are starting to understand the nuances of what's happening and like, wait a minute, this don't really make no sense. I don't understand how this can even be justified. Why is my government participating in these kinds of things? What's really going on, right? So I think we're starting to be educated and informed in a way that we haven't in the past, and we're starting to see the results of that. And so I am encouraged that things will change. And it's so crazy because when I was a kid, I was a late 70s kid, right? Gen X, grew up in the 80s, came of age in the 90s. And I can remember growing up and all the rap stars would say peace in the Middle East. And I'm like, what are they talking about? I never understood it. And suddenly, at the age of 45, seeing what is happening, I get it. And of course, as I mentioned in the previous episodes, I talked about what's going on in Congo and other parts of the world. There's so much happening. And I think as we get older, it's really hard to not see what's happening and be affected by it. Like, what is really going on? So, do what you can, do what you have to show your support and solidarity. Get educated, pay attention, follow people that are giving accurate information about what's happening right now. Stay hopeful, stay encouraged, and we just got to keep going, right? Now, before I dig into the main topic of this episode, I got some updates. I have some updates. So you guys know I'm in school. Now, this semester is over. I finished. I took my last class, submitted my final assignment, all that good stuff. I only have one more class left next semester. And of course, a whole dissertation to finish. I'm still analyzing my data. I think I'm kind of stuck. Like, I did a lot of work, so I'm not going to, negate that. There's been a lot of work that happened, but I'm kind of like, okay, now what? So I'm going to get some help with that so I can keep moving. And then I have to write chapters 4 and 5. Either way, however it go, whatever, whoever, I am graduating May of 2024. That's it. That's all. Period. Okay. That's that on that. I have ordered my cap and gown. I think I told y'all that, but if I didn't, I ordered my cap and gown and my hat and my sash, and I put all these words on my sash. Dang on sash like $300 because I put all these letters and they charge you per letter, child, per letter. And I also treated myself to a little something something I was going to show y'all, but I decided I was going to wait because as I was trying to upload what I was trying to show y'all, it just wouldn't upload. And I said, that is a sign. Wait. Y'all will see it in time. I'm excited. I think it's amazing. And so you'll see it when you see it. But that's what's going on with school. Super duper happy about being literally for real, in the home stretch. Like, for real. Okay? um Writing. So you guys know I have 2 books. Pushing through, wait. What's the name of my book? Pushing Through, Finding the Light in Every Lesson. And then my other book is Push Through 52 Weeks of Light in Tough Times. I have a chapter in a beautiful travel anthology that my friend Jenny McKinney wrote. And da 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 da, drum roll, please. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Boom. Yet again, I will be a published author in the book called Triumphs in the Trenches, an anthology from Black professionals in the workplace. It is set to be released during Black History Month. Super hype, super excited. Oh my gosh. Elizabeth Leba, you should know her. If you do not, you need to know her. She is the author of the best-selling book I'm Not Yelling, which has sold more than 12,000 copies this year. Will be editing the book and writing the foreword. Big Five publisher, book marketer Ilana Washington will be promoting the book and marketing it. So if you are following me on LinkedIn, you should probably see I've been like reposting some of the things that she's been posting about this anthology that's coming up. Follow Elizabeth Leba as well because she's also been kind of updating. Both Elizabeth and Alana have launched this innovative project to leverage our voices, okay? Hello, and tell our stories, because if we don't tell our stories, what happens? They don't get told. And our story is about what an inclusive workplace really needs to look like based on our lived experience. Remember what I told y'all about lived experience? Sometimes it trumps even schooling. Okay, you can go to school and learn some things, but I feel like lived experience is top tier. Like, listen, I've experienced a thing. This is what happened. Now, does that mean it's everybody's truth? No, but it is valuable. It is valuable. There is a huge space that needs to be filled with our voices, and not only for today, but to guide future generations. We need to write this history before it is lost or erased. And so that comes from Elizabeth Leba's LinkedIn post about the book. Now, I will be focusing my chapter on the Black public health workforce. Y'all know my dissertation is focused on that. I have tons of lived experience in that. And so I've given talks about it, recorded them for Black Speakers Network. So I'm really excited about being able to write about this in another way, in addition to publishing my dissertation when it's done. So this brings my total number of published books to 4. Come on now, is Nicole D. Vick an author? Is that is that where we heading? I think that's where we heading. I think so. All right now. All right, life. What's going on in life? So after, let's see, 4 months of post breakup, I have decided I wanted to start dating again. I said, well, let me try to put my hat in the ring on this dating thing. And my friends were like, yeah, do it. Andrea's like, yeah, do it. Okay, fine. So got their input, which pictures go on the profile, blah, blah, blah. I had Chat GPT write my my little blurb on my thingy majigum. And so I'm on Bumble and I'm on Match. Now, I heard there's a guy on TikTok, his name is Anwar. He's an excellent dating coach. I just follow him for his advice. And he said Bumble is a good place to be because women, we pick our dates. Like we pick the connections and make the first move. We have to. That's the way this Bumble is set up, right? And I'm also on Match. I'm just gonna say this. I don't know. I feel like men, their conversation skills, I don't know. Okay, listen. Let me just tell you the story and then we gonna get into what had happened. So I matched with this guy. I think it was Bumble. It was Bumble, yes. I matched with this guy. First and foremost, he was older. He was like 56 and I'm 45. I was like, well, first of all, we're grown. So it's like, that's not really a big deal. But I still was kind of like, he a little bit on the older side. But anyway, matched with him. We would chit chat back and forth, back and forth. Small talk. And I think he must have, I know I didn't. He must have asked to, talk on the phone. And I was like, okay, cool. I take that as a good sign. Because unfortunately, I've heard from other women that date that sometimes for some reason they don't want to talk to you on the phone. They just want to text you all day. And that's like weird. So he did reach out to talk on the phone. And I said, okay, cool. So we exchanged numbers. Now, I'm not going to say that was a mistake, but I think in the future there are options in some of these apps where you can talk through the app. You do not have to actually give your phone number for safety reasons, right? You don't know what's going on. So in this case, we exchanged phone numbers. And so I said to him, I will call you at 2:00 on whatever day it was. I think it was a Sunday. And he said, okay, that's fine. So I called on at 2:00 on a Sunday. I think I called at 2:01. I waited a little bit, and he didn't answer the phone. And I said, see now, he said it was all right. And then I called and then he didn't. And okay. And then I think he called back. And so I'm kind of like, should I answer the phone? You know me, I'm a Virgo, okay? I called you at 2:00. You didn't answer. I don't even want to talk to you no more. That's how I roll in my life. I'm like, I don't even want to talk to you no more. But I was like, all right, I'm gonna answer the phone. So I spoke to, I picked up the phone. Hey, how you doing? And he says, hey, it's such and such. And I said, oh, okay. He said, can you hear me? I'm in my drop top and I know it's probably loud. Can you hear me? Instant disgust. I do not like it when people have this need to put they need to floss per se. And I think did I talk to y'all about this already? I probably did, but I'm just going to tell you again. Every woman is different, right? Some women might like that. Oh my God, he got a drop top. I was like, I don't give a damn what you drive. I don't care. Now, it's nice if you drive a nice car, of course. But why you feel like that's going to reel me in? You think I'm that superficial? So that's in my head what's going on as this person is saying all this. I would immediately I really don't want to talk to him no more just for that. And then we go, on and we, make small talk. And what I noticed is he didn't ask me about me. I had mentioned to him I was at the library. He didn't say, oh, why are you at the library? What's going on? No, at all. He didn't even know. Nope. So I was like, nah, I don't want to talk to you no more. So what ended up happening is he would text good morning and I didn't respond. He texted good afternoon, I didn't respond. And so now I will admit this probably wasn't the best thing to do. I just went ahead and blocked his number. I was like, I don't even feel like whatever. Anyway, I don't know. Match is not working out either. I was talking to someone on Match and I just kind of feel like can we get to the conversation? Like, can we talk on the phone? Can we move? Because it's only so much texting, a person can do. It's only so much. Going back to Bumble, there was someone else I spoke to. Turns out there's like a voice memo function on Bumble. I didn't even know, child. Somebody was texting and reached out to me, and then he started sending me voice memos. But after a while, they start sounding like gibberish. I'm like, what is he saying? It was just so weird. I was like, oh, this is not gonna work. I don't know, but that's what's going on with me. We'll see. I have yet to go on a date. I'm asking, one of the things I learned in my dating class back in 2017, I think that was, is to let people know that you're single and you're looking, like your friends and your colleagues, so that they can, keep their eye open. They may have coworkers, friends, family members, or whoever that they, oh, you know what, Nicole, I think you should meet da 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 da, right? So we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'm an in-person person because the apps ain't, I don't know. Oh, Lord. But anyway, let's go on and jump on into a quick commercial break. And then we'll come back so we can get to the meat. I'm a vegan talking about meat. Meat of today's podcast episode.
In a world filled with diversity, where radical faith and progressive believers come together, there's a place that's breaking all boundaries and embracing believers from all walks of life. Bullet and Flight Radio, where believers unite, boundaries break, and love triumphs. Step away from the chaos and noise of your daily life. Experience moments for yourself that are calm, serene, and full of peace. A necessary respite to foster growth within you, because self-care should be luxurious. Luxe Noir.
And we're back. All right. Now, something happened on social media last week that really got me to thinking about a lot of things. I mean, I said, what? I need to examine my life right now because I'm really confused about what's happening. All right. Okay. Okay. So, boom. I was scrolling through IG like I always am. And I saw a quick little snippet from the Black Girl Bravado podcast. You know how they'll kind of, take the audio, or they do the audio, but they also are recording it like a video, and they'll take those snippets and post it, right? To try to draw people to the podcast, right? So it was one of those kind of videos, real short. And it was a snippet from I believe their November 21st podcast episode. Basically, it's two young ladies, black young ladies, and basically one of them said that she heard from another woman that men devalue you once you purchase a home. So once you purchase a home as a black woman, your value as a black woman drops. You are no longer attractive to black men if you go out on your own, by yourself, thinking you grown and buy your own house. And I was like, what? That's weird. So basically, they don't want no parts of you once they learn you're a homeowner. Perplexed, confused. What? Huh? Repite? No entiendo. What? Huh? So here I go. I think these are millennials, maybe Gen Zs. I don't know. They're younger than me. I know that much. So here my Gen X behind go. I hit the reply button and I posted a response. And let me tell you, woo! I don't know. I must have opened up the gates of it. I don't know what I did, but something happened, and I said, "Well, damn." This is what I said. Let me read to you because I just went ahead and screenshot what I said so I would not mince my words or mistake my words. This is what I said exactly. If I waited for a husband to buy anything, I wouldn't have the properties, in parentheses, plural, that I have. It's okay if they think my value decreases. Meanwhile, my property value increases. Hashtag boy bye. Now, I'm going to admit, that was a little snarky, little petty, little stank. but I just had to say it because it's true. You, in life in general, you don't wait for nobody. Hello? You don't wait for nobody. Because if you wait, or you waiting for somebody, what if that somebody never comes? So then what? Right? It doesn't make sense. And actually later on in the comments, well, let me back up. So when I posted that, the folks came out the woodwork. One of them said, well, that's why you gonna die single. And I'm saying to myself, well, damn, sis, he got a crystal ball and know my future. Can you also tell me the lottery numbers? Am I gonna get that promotion that I've been wanting? Um, I had questions because since he knew where my life was gonna go, I was like, well, can you also give me some other insight on some things? Because obviously you know everything. One of them was like, we don't want you. And I was like, I don't know if I want you. So, I mean, I guess we even. I mean, that's fine. Who are you? And I was like, I guarantee you, you can't take care of me. I can promise you that. And that's okay. See, we are both on the same page. You don't want me, even though you don't know me, and I can guarantee you if you did, you probably would, but it's okay. I don't want you. I don't know you either. Hey, we good. Same, so there's no issue there. Okay, bye. And then someone else said something like, see, all these hard-headed women don't listen to men and they just do what they want to do. And my response to that comment was, the strange thing is, where do you think I learned about home ownership, about business ownership, about property? My great-grandfather, a whole black man. I paid attention to what he was doing. He's the one that taught me how to write checks as a child. I remember it. So a lot of the comments and the back and forth, I'm like, you guys, what are you saying? You're not saying anything. Someone was like, well, what about a legacy? What do you have to leave your children if you don't have, or something like, well, if you don't have a family, you don't have a legacy. I said, I have a 27-year-old child who will actually do really well with the legacy I'm leaving her. Because somebody was like, well, then you won't have nothing. You won't have a legacy. Yeah. I don't know. It was just weird. Nobody gives a F about your legacy. Well, I said, there's a daughter that I have that actually probably gives a lot of F's about it. So it was just really weird to kind of hear the negativity and I just didn't understand where it was coming from. And it was so weird. Now, the other side of it, over 300 people liked my comment. So a lot of people understood it. They figured it out. Now, to me, listen, this is the gist of it. Why am I going to pay rent and enrich somebody else's life? And if I had the opportunity to buy a house and not buy a house, that doesn't make sense. I'm going to pay somebody else's mortgage, but I could buy my own house and pay my own mortgage and build my own equity and give something to my child. That doesn't make sense to not do that because I'm waiting for a man. Why? It's so weird to me. Anyway, all of that conversation reminded me of this book I read in school. See, this doctoral program is worth it's paying off already. I read this book called Naked Economics by Charles Whelan. Now listen, chapter 6 of this book hurt my feelings. It's called Productivity and Human Capital. Why is Bill Gates so much richer than you are? That chapter bothered me. It bothered me so much because what it was doing, it was talking about assigning value to humans based on what they can produce. Assigning value to humans based on what they can produce. Human capital and productivity. Now, here's a snippet. There's a summary of the chapter we had to do for class. And so I decided to pull some of that. Economists study poverty and income inequality. Human capital is the sum total of skills embodied within an individual. It's what's left after someone strips away your assets, your job, your money, home, etc. While it's true people are poor in America, the underlying problem is a lack of skills or human capital. India is one of the poorest countries in the world because 35% of the population is illiterate. Educated workers fare better than uneducated workers as they are more versatile in a fast-changing economy. In a modern economy, human capital is the single most important form of capital in creating wealth and growth. Human capital matters because it is linked to productivity. So I get it. Economists have to talk about stuff like that, right? All the time. They have to. They're concerned with money and productivity and nah. So they assign value to people based on their productivity. But for me, as a human, as a social justice advocate, it just didn't sit well. But what this got, you know, eh, this is funny because like I said, it meshes well with what that podcast was talking about. There are a couple of things that came to mind. Maybe our black men need to pick up an economics book because to not choose a partner because she owns something isn't smart from an economic standpoint. Human capital and productivity. It talks about assets and things. So you should probably marry the girl that owns a house just because. Because from a human capital and productivity perspective, she has assets and access to things. You should probably actually marry her. You probably should. Just like you're actually doing this the wrong way, black man. Come on now. Um the other thing is I really want this quote unquote war between the sexes to stop. We need to move forward. I don't understand why they are mad at us. I did not do nothing to y'all. I'm just living my life. Now, if I had waited for somebody to help to buy a house, I still would not have a house at 45. Okay? I have never been married. Plenty of relationships, boyfriends, but if I waited, I would still be renting an apartment, paying rent for 20 years. That is not smart for anybody. If you have to do it, that's fine. If you choose to do it, that's fine. But if you can afford a house, why would I stay 20 years paying rent if I can afford a house? I should buy the house and pull the equity out of that house. So again, for anybody to do that, that's not necessarily a smart economic choice, especially if you have children, right? But anyway, we need to stop fighting. And I wish with all my heart that black men would improve their human capital, focusing on that book, Naked Economics. A man I dated 20 plus years ago once told a male friend of mine that he broke me down and made me what I am today. Of course, that's not true. But the sad part is, all these years later, I own a home, actually more than one. He doesn't own any home. He doesn't own a business or have a meaningful career. Maybe he should have been worried about breaking himself down and building himself up instead of worrying about supposedly breaking me down. So it's just a weird conversation. And even in those comments, I will also make this point too, because they were trying to come down on black women. I said, I have a younger brother that also got the same message that I did and did the same thing that I did. He bought property with his money. So you stop making it seem like black women is stepping on y'all toes and stuff. I understand the circumstances. I do. Of course I do. But it's like, why are you angry? Let's work together to figure it out. So we can get you some property too, if that's what you want, or a business. Like, we need to be working together collectively, but being mad because Keisha bought her home and now she gonna be single forever. Like, that's literally, is that the worst thing that can happen to someone, is to die alone? No. I was like, that's fine. Like, I'm okay. As long as I have somewhere to live and as long as my bills are paid, if I die alone, I die alone. I mean, honestly, to be real, we all die alone, right? Nobody's coming with me like, hey, girl, I'm gonna come with you. We all die alone anyway. Oh, Lord. All right, y'all. That's that conversation. It stresses me out because I feel like we can do so much better collectively, but we stay fighting about things that don't really make no dang on sense. And it bothers me because I know other cultures, they don't have these same kind of arguments. And it's like we fighting over stuff that other people, they don't have these arguments, and it's crazy. Anyway, over on social media, y'all. I saw this cute little meme and I posted it on LinkedIn. It says studies have shown that it do be like that sometimes. And sometimes it surely do. It do be like that. But guess what? We push through. And I got so many follows and like reposts of that one because it's so, like, I think a lot of people can relate to it regardless of their background. Whatever's going on in their life, it's like, damn, it do be like that sometimes. It do. And I love it. So, it's just something that was kind of like, dang, it just hits wherever you are in your life. Like, sometimes it do be like that. It do. And then the other one was this one I saw on Instagram. It says older black women who look out for younger black women in professional settings are a godsend. And I absolutely agreed. And I talked about how I can easily list 10 older black women that have been tremendous mentors to me during my career. For many, that older black woman is a navigator. Okay. They will tell you what to say, what not to say, what the rules are. And sometimes them rules are written, sometimes they are not. Okay. And who to go to for support, who not to. They are the embodiment of lift as you climb, basically. And I love that. And so it was a reminder that our black women are leaders. And I think also sort of a call to action, like if you're in a position to help, you should do that. One of the women was like, yes, I totally feel it. I had that same experience, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like it's our responsibility. And I said, I feel like it's an obligation. A obligation is a little stronger to me than a responsibility. Like, if you don't do this, you are your black card, give it back. That's how I feel about that. Like, if I can tell you a thing that's going to make a difference for you, whether for one way or another, I'm going to tell you. And if I don't, the ancestors are going to come get me. Girl, why you tripping? That's how I feel about that. Like, I have to. So that's me in social media. I'm still on TikTok. I'm still on Instagram, sharing my nail look of the week, of course. Getting not a lot of traction, but some traction. People are paying attention, having a good time with that. That's something that's really important to me. My self-care strategy is my nails. So you'll always see that. You'll sometimes see me with my outfits on. But I'm really more so on LinkedIn, and sometimes on TikTok these days. Just kind of, stuff that comes to mind, I share. Or if I feel like I see a video that is of interest, I'll repost and give my insider input. So make sure you follow me on all my social media channels: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. Threads I'm on, but I don't really post on Threads because I be like, I don't know what to say. I don't know. But I read them, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So it's there, but it's not really being used. All right, y'all. That's it for today. Don't forget, I have books. You can check them out on my website. You can look at my website and see what's all going on there. I have a Spotify playlist there of all my podcasts that I've been a guest on. If you need me for a moderator, a trainer, a facilitator, a speaker, you can, reach out to me there and I can get back to you about that. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. We are going to be in mid-December next week. Christmas is coming. I don't know what I'm gonna do next week. Maybe I can get the kiddo to come on with me. We can talk about 2024 and goal setting and stuff like that if she wants to, because that ain't her kind of thing, really. We'll see. All right, y'all. Y'all take care. Bye.